Hello good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here with my second impressions of the video for the new Tier 7 Premium Soviet Cruiser Lazo, however the heck you say its name. We're going to talk about it today, and something that I really should have realized when I saw the ship for the first time, but I didn't even make note of it in the first impressions video, is that this is simply an a-hole chappy. And I knew the shape looked familiar when I saw it. I just didn't put two and two together and realize that it's a chappy. I mean, I see chappies all the time in battle because I play higher tiers around tier 8, 9, and 10. I really should have realized that, but I didn't. I just glossed over it entirely, and I guess that's just me being me and forgetting some really obvious things. But anyway, yeah, it's an a-hull chappy with slightly less hull armor. It's got 19 millimeters of hull armor, but it still has that 100 millimeters of belt armor. And yeah, I've been playing her not as much as I've been playing the battleships, but I've been playing her fairly consistently throughout the week, and I've been getting fairly good results. Every battle that I'm in, I'm usually in the upper 70,000s, 80,000s, in terms of damage, and that may not sound amazing, but I mean, hey, for someone who doesn't play a lot of cruisers, that's not bad for, especially a cruiser line where I'm only up to tier 7 in the grind. That's really not bad for me, and it's consistent. It's not like the Roma where it's all wonky and stuff, but every now and then I get a good game. It's consistent damage, and yeah, I'm still using the same build that I used in the first impressions video. The only thing that I've changed is that I've gone from the AA module to the dispersion module, so I have a bit tighter dispersion now. I do recommend you do that. She's definitely a mid-range to long-range run and gun kite for your life HE thrower. That's definitely what she's meant for. She even has a special spotting plane consumable, which only has a 10-second cooldown. Didn't realize that either in the first impressions video. That thing comes in handy a lot. I mean, it's a spotter plane with a 10-second cooldown. It's up for a minute. I mean, God, you can burn through these things so fast. I mean, and like, I always say that the spotting planes are so silly sometimes. Well, I don't really use spotter planes too much on my battleships anymore, because now I mostly use the fighter planes because of the carriers. But before, you could get like 8 or 9 of them, and their cooldown was always like over 2 minutes, so you can never use, there was never no way you could use 9 spotter or fighter planes in a game before. But with the Lazo, oh my God, can you burn through them pretty dang fast. And you can. The other thing that Lazo has is torpedoes. They're only 4-kilometer range. I have barely used these. The video you're watching now is one of the few matches where I actually get them off. They don't hit because the match ends before they hit, and that's probably a little clue on how this match ends, but I do get them off in this video, but they don't get a chance to do anything. I barely use them because I play this thing mostly at range. It's like, I imagine this is how most Russian cruisers are played, because, well, that's how I see them being played in game. Usually sit in the back, throw HE, dance around, kite, and that's definitely what the Lazo is good at. So she's a pretty good cruiser for me, and you know, some of you super cruiser players out there, you might like her a bit more, you might like her a bit less, but for me, she's pretty good, and considering you can get her free as part of the Soviet battleships event going on right now, it's a pretty good deal. She feels nice and tight all around. Her guns feel really good. I have IFHE on them, and even with that little decrease that gives to your fire chance, she still fires quite a lot. I'm sure, as you're seeing in the game right now, I do set quite a few with IFHE, but I do also have Demolition Expert on, so that does kind of negate that little nulling to your chance of fire out. In terms of speed and maneuverability, she feels pretty good for tier 7, considering she's a down tier 8. And like I said, she just feels good. She doesn't feel too overpowered or too weak. She's in a nice spot in the middle. Now, granted, with that gimmicky spotter plane, you could say that's OP, but I mean, yeah, but if you have a superintendent and premium consumables, I think you get a max of like, what, 5. and they only last for 60 seconds, so you can only have that plane up for 5 minutes of the total gameplay, which is only a quarter of the match in World of Warships. And you're not going to burn them all at the same time. Well, I hope you're not, because that would be wasting them. But I mean, spread out still, it's only 5 minutes of a plane being up. So as gimmicky as that is, it still feels okay. And I mean, it's not like it gives you a huge mega advantage. It just increases your range for 60 seconds, which is an advantage, but it's not like radar that can go up every 10 seconds. Now, if they gave it that would be painfully overpowered. A radar every 10 seconds that lasted for 60 seconds. That would be stupid. That would be very, very stupid. Wargaming, don't do it. I know you're probably thinking about giving some premium ship some type of radar consumable like that, but please, for the love of God, don't do it. In the A department, she's meh. I mean, if it's not an American cruiser or a British cruiser, its AA is going to be meh in this new era of the CV rework. I do have the defensive fire consumable equipped just so I could do something against the carriers. Other than that, she can fit Hydra, which in this match right now I really wish that it had given me the opportunity to fit Hydro instead of the defensive fire consumable, because that definitely would have helped me a lot more in this game rather than defensive fire. But I mean, if you're with another cruiser or two or another destroyer, or like another cruiser, another destroyer, it'll do okay. You won't be shooting down wave after wave after wave of planes. It's just meh in terms of AA, as are so many other ships right now. So again, pretty good all-around cruiser. She is worth it in my opinion. I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but she's worth it. I did buy the containers to get the Soviet battleship, so that's how I got this ship, because I had all of the what they call allowance tokens or whatever, and I feel like I definitely got my money's worth out of her. I'm not sure if she's up for sale in the premium shop right now, but I suspect she'll be about the normal tier 7 cruiser calls. No, actually, I just scrolled through it earlier and I didn't see it. Unless the micro update changed something, then I don't think she's on the premium shop right now. But she's definitely a nice little boat to work towards, and I feel like once you get there with your allowance tokens or whatever the heck they're called, I feel like most people will enjoy her. I mean, heck, it's pretty much a free tier 7 that you have to put a little bit of time and effort into to get, and I think she's worth it. She seems fun. I've been having fun with her, and I'm definitely not a cruiser main. I'm branching out finally into cruisers after spending so much time in battleships, and I feel like she's worth it. I mean, it's a cruiser that I'm doing good in that doesn't have a heel, because most cruisers that I do good in, quote unquote, have a heel, so I can afford to slip up. You don't have a heel in the Lazo, and you can't really afford to slip up, even though it does have that little bit of more belt armor. It still has pretty thin armor all the way around, so you can't mess up too much. I'm learning not to play as aggressive in cruisers finally. I'm sure you guys watching right now will see that. Well, except for maybe the last couple of minutes of this video or so, where I decide I've had enough with this with this short horse, and I go into torpedo him, and I think that might be the part that we're on right now, or it's coming up soon, or I'm in process of that. But anyway, guys, I hope this video helped you make a decision about the Lazo, whether or not you want to save up your tokens for her, or if you want to buy her later on. And I appreciate you guys watching. Now, also, I forgot to mention this in the past couple of videos. I'm doing a giveaway. I've been donated one Dreadnought to give away the Tier 3 Premium British battleship. She's worth 18 bucks in the premium store right now. And for that contest, I want you guys to simply tell me your best joke about Russian or Soviet battleships. Leave that in the comments down below. Make me laugh, and the funniest joke will win. You could either leave it here, you could go leave it on the Vladivostok second impressions video, because that's where I originally announced it at, but I assumed you'd rather just stay here and leave it here. So yeah, just make me laugh, and I will select a joke after a week has passed since the Vladivostok second impressions video. Funniest joke, you get a tier 3 premium Dreadnought all for yourself to enjoy, which I do think the Dreadnought is a pretty good tier 3 premium. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. We're on our way to 2,500 subscribers, and we are already well on our way there. Cannot thank you guys enough for that. Also, make sure to join the Discord. Link is in the description down below. Alright guys, hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Hope to catch all you guys in the next one.